I have always been interested in fingerprint testing to convict criminals, and I feel this aspect of forensic science is very relevant to society demands. Forensic technology has had a direct impact on society, and the perpetual need to catch and convict criminals to make our lives safer. It is this search for the truth that Pinch and Bijgar relate to when they say, different social groups decide the uses, meaning, and specific design of a technology based on their needs and values, etc. Many people have been incarcerated and or put to death, but were wrongly accused and convicted. Conversely, we will never know how many criminals have gone free because of the lack of evidence. Governments worldwide have used fingerprints to identify criminals. Since no two fingerprints are alike, even in identical twins, it is an accurate way to determine if a suspect has been at the crime scene. In addition, prints do not change over the years. The use of fingerprints date back to the 1800s, when hand-on fingerprints were dipped in ink and used on contracts in addition to a signature. Like the progress of the bike and other inventions, early fingerprinting was rudimentary, and with the knowledge of the new technology, it became more sophisticated. Early fingerprinting science began with preserving the print left at a crime scene with iodine, fuming, and then using a magnifying glass to compare prints. The prints were cataloged in paper files and manually compared. The method of comparing the prints manually was time-consuming. With the advent of computer technology, prints were added to the databases, allowing governments and police agencies all over the world to have access to the information. The cost of lifting a fingerprint at a crime scene is more inexpensive than DNA analysis, and is a speedier method to the crime solver. He simply has to upload the print, and it is analyzed and compared to all prints in the computer system. Various methods are used to analyze a fingerprint left at a crime scene. Fingerprint powder can be applied to the print, like we see in the movies, and then transparent tape applied to preserve the print. This method is to be methodically and carefully done in order not to contaminate the print. Fingerprint analysis has been advanced by the use of laser and LED devices. The light source gives the print a clear definition and is then photographed and compared to information in the database. Other chemical agents, such as superglue, cyanoacrylate, might be used on a print before powder is applied. The fumes from the superglue adhere to the area, allowing them to be viewed by the light source and photographed. With the refinement of forensic technology, as we know it today, it is possible that O.J. Simpson might have been found guilty. The crime scene was contaminated, and because of the ineptness of the police, new methods were employed by crime solvers to preserve evidence. Lack of technology in the past and inaccurate police work led to the freedom of criminals. The comparing of prints is immediate today and not only gives the police the advantage in catching thieves and killers, but the immediacy of speedy trials. With solid evidence, there would be more plea bargaining and less cases before the courts. With the advent of correctness of fingerprint testing, there might be less victims, unclogged dockets in the courts, and police who are able to do their jobs with expediency. Knowing that police enforcement has the ability to lift prints, a crime scene and a perpetrator might be deterred to create petty crimes. Low-level crimes might be possibly be limited. On the other hand, a criminal might be more diligent at covering his tracks, such as wearing gloves. The science of fingerprinting and other forensic advances has aided each and every one of us to know that law enforcement agencies have tools to catch and convict criminals. Unfortunately, there will always be crimes committed, but with the technology of forensics, we can feel a little safer. Pinch and Bijgar encourage us to consider all the possibilities that were available in the past and realize that the technologies, designs, and uses that were chosen had as much to do with the social circumstances, the time, as with the nature and the state of the technical knowledge. Our social need for the advancement of forensic science, such as fingerprint testing, resulted in the creation of very necessary technology.